Good morning. This is Fred with Fred Martinez LLC, coming to you live and in living color here on Thursday morning. It's about 9:30 in the morning. So I wanted to tell you guys about problems we've been having. This is the second client that has come in over the last 6 months that has had problems with the IRS. This particular client got a notice from the IRS that he owed $13,000 on his quarterly reports for his wages that he reported. So what happened is he went into QuickBooks and he obviously tried to do it on his own, and so he ended up putting in his DBA name and then put the EIN for the LLC. So when he did obviously the QuickBooks is going in there and they're looking at the name of the company and then the EIN. And so when they send in the payment, they're going in and sending in the DBA with the EIN. But because the IRS doesn't acknowledge the DBA name, they mostly acknowledge the LLC, which again, when you're looking at it from that perspective, the LLC is on top and then the DBA is right underneath. So it could be ABC LLC and then on the bottom DBA, doing business as, right? And then it has a separate name. Well, he put that DBA name on there. And again, that other client that had the same problem, he did the same thing, or she did the same thing. They went in and they put in their DBA number with the correct EIN. But when the IRS received the monies for it, they actually saw that the name and the EIN didn't match. So they, for all practical purposes and to try to be helpful, decided to issue a new EIN number so that then they could apply that payment to that EIN. Well, needless to say, 4, 5, 6 months later, he gets this notice. Now, he's already called the IRS. He's already called QuickBooks. He's already tried to do it on his own, try to fix it on his own. And then recently, he just got an IRS notice that he owed $13,000 in the 941s. Now, for all practical purposes, also, he doesn't really owe the money, right? He the money's already there. The IRS is sitting on it, but they're not gonna, the IRS, the man, isn't gonna get there and say, well, I know that I can find that money somewhere, so let me look in the system. No, they're not going to do that. So now he's come to us, to help him. And so now we're going to go ahead and go in and we have to do all of these 941Xs. We have to do reporting agent stuff and different things. So I'm going to show you the things that we have to do, but also the kind of things when you guys decide that you guys want to do it because you want to save a little bit of money. You know what? Hire a professional to do it. Make sure, like someone like myself, to make sure that when we're setting up the payroll, we set up the bank feeds. We set up, we verify the accounts. We verify, we map the general ledger so that the wages are going to the wages expense. The liabilities are going to the liabilities. The expenses are going to the expenses. And that way then everything is where it should be. When QuickBooks has a tendency to make things look like they're real easy. But when it comes to what's happening in the background, and then obviously in this particular scenario for the, getting a duplicate EIN, creates a lot of other problems on the backside. And again, this is going to cost him about $1,300 worth of our time, in order to fix the problem. And so again, even though he's got the notice for 13, obviously at some point the IRS also is going to come after him and say, hey, well, if you don't pay it, we're gonna levy your account or whatever it may be to do that. So, and the next